Galio gets something going. If Vi goes in, Galio can follow up, Kaisa can follow up. A pick is very much real. And so the Xayah, I think, was an inevitability.
Good pick.
The Orianna is going to need a lot of protection, especially if she gets put on side. So that's a worry for me.
Kill him there clearly after he cleared out the wave. But what it does do is say, hey, I was here, you have to be scared, right? So he is a little...
C9 has been able to control the neutral objectives so far. If kills aren't impacting the state of the game, aren't impacting the lead, then that means those objectives are worth even more. Huhi, nice use of the dredge line there. And now Sven has already used the ult. He's got to try to get away. XU wanted to ult him, but the failure of the positioning means he's stuck underneath the turret. XU dies first. It ends up being a 1-for-1.
Resources to make it happen, but at the very least they got flash and ult off Sven, so maybe they can look for a redive here.
Now Thanatos is the one who again is under pressure. Pops the Dominus, flashes away so that the Vault Breaker cannot find a target. They really do just want to keep all of this pressure on Thanatos, but he's done a great job at absorbing it so far, and this particular absorption of pressure creates the space for Blabber. They use the subjugate, seeing if they might be able to scare Darkwings into maybe panic flashing. Rahel in a bad spot though, and Sven just bounces.
Really the only point of power right now is Castle, and so that means C9 are going to be able to put more resources into punishing him.
Okay, Blabber's made his way in. Now Castle's in a pretty rough spot. He fires off some needlework. Thanatos knows he's the only one that Castle could possibly try to threaten with that, so he just makes sure that he sidesteps away from it. Third kill of the game for C9. That's Feat of Warfare. That's 2 out of 3 feats. That's the empowered boots as well.
And I think Blabber up.
And now, though, a little bit of a problem. Nice punish there from Disguise. Vulcan walked up. Did not expect Huhi and XU waiting there for him.
Yeah, and this means actually that Feat of Warfare for C9.
Okay, XU starting up the Herald here, but he's got to be a little bit careful. Huhi and Rahel coming up to try to assist, but Sven zoning Rahel away as now Blabber has to be concerned about his own mid laner. Loki flashing back over the wall, down to about 1/3 HP. Darkwing's trying to escape now with an aggressive Xayah ulti, denies that escape route. Sven picks up his 3rd kill of the game. This Xayah is quickly becoming a problem for Disguise.
It is a really big problem. I feel like that entire fight was decided by Sven. He pushed out Rahel, didn't allow him to get in, then gets over there with the aggressive Xayah, gets the kill on the Darkwings, who used his flash aggressively. Sven is starting to take over, and so are C9.
Yep, they are just going to hard force this tier 1 turret in mid lane. They picked up the Herald. They didn't even need to use it here. They have the 3 grubs from earlier for all that extra turret taking power, and quickly things are starting to run away from Disguised.
Yeah, and as C9 snowballs this
So
out.
dominant in spring, and then didn't even qualify for Worlds in summer.
Once again, Thanatos is the target. In flies Rahel with a killer instinct, and that will be enough to get it done. Castle manages to get away from the turret before that last shot would have killed him off. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, C9 is deciding to make their move over here with the Herald ready to charge into the tier 2 turret. Blabber and Vulcan stepping forward. Darkwings and Huhi wanted to try to punish Loki for driving the thing in there, but now it's Castle who's going to be in some serious danger. Remember that the Gwen does not have his ulti for the extra healing, so that means that he's going to fall now too, and C9 forces down the tier 2.
Again, it feels like every time DSG
Was not the case.
C9 looking to make their next move now as Castle and XU have to try to escape. Blabber's Pillar going to start things off here for the C9 attempt as Thanatos is wrapping around with the Dominus. The revenge of Renekton. He's been focused all game long, and now he's going to get focused again. The damage is not enough to finish him off, though, and it's 1 kill going the way of C9 as Darkwings wants to arrive, but the damage from the Cloud9 carries is way too much. Rahel will at least get 1 back there onto Blabber as he falls, but it's another 3-for-1 already doing. I don't think there's going to be an Otacon throw on the menu for this one.
Nope. Now we have to wait for the... In this game, it really is just every time they're trying to make a play, C9 has gotten something better on the other side.
And now we're going to start up the fight immediately as the dragon spawns. Huhi's the one who has to absorb the initial potential engage there from C9. Castle is behind the Cloud9 lines as Thanatos is just going to walk through, find him there with a slice and dice to try to get back away. Darkwings trying to lock up Thanatos, but he won't find him. C9 splitting somewhat. Blabber keeping aggro there on the dragon as Thanatos escapes while the rest of the team wants to cover. Huhi makes the engage. Sven getting away. Darkwings wants his heroic entrance while both junglers are battling over the dragon. Back in the pit, Thanatos down to 50 HP, but Castle's going to be killed first instead. Huhi's still barely hanging on. One more auto attack from Loki's going to seal the deal on him as he goes golden for just a moment, and Sven cleans up everybody else. At least XU was able to steal away. It's going to cost him the whole damn team. Loki chasing after Darkwing. The last man standing falls, and Thanatos and Blabber are already pushing down mid.
I mean, Loki was making that look stylish, the flash. That is what League of Legends looks like when you get behind. There's just all these kind of what-if moments, unfortunately.
Ooh, nice block there with a pillar coming out from Blabber, but now he's the one in danger as Disguise get a punish kill there and take out Kaisa as well. Rahel with 4 kills and 3 fully completed items. Thanatos using the Hex Gate to make his way in here, wrapping around on the flank. Disguise have the Baron down to 6,000 HP as C9 decide now is their moment to try to move in. The Baron's down to 1,000 HP. The objective bounty claimed. Disguise get the Baron, but now they got to try to get as many men out as they can. Blabber has finally respawned, making his way back forward, walks into the brush, finds XU. Rahel is already down. Make it 3 dead on the Disguise side, and it's about to be 4. Castle knows there's no way out from here. Darkwings will be the only one who escapes with the Baron buff intact as Sven gets a triple.
And he beat
response from Loki. I thought that was really smart. Up as X.
We're already back into it. Loki under a little bit of pressure here from the heroic entrance. Meanwhile, Blabber's about to die once more. He'll be the first one to fall as Disguised are still scrambling in this fight. Vulcan goes in for the Pop Blossom, finds Huhi, and another lockup onto Castle, who drops next. Both solo laners already dead on the side of Disguised. And it looks like this one's the end of it. The ace, the quadra kill for Sven on the Xayah. It's a 5 for 2. It's the end of the game as C9 push down mid.
That's what I've come to expect from a LeBron-esque draft from Nick and Aerosmith.
It
was a really good draft.
It was not as close in the early game here in game number 2. C9 felt like they had control over this one from start to finish. It was a slow start early on. Not a very violent early game in this. It was, what, 12 minutes, 13 minutes before we even got a kill. But then C9, once they got ahead, they stayed ahead and suffocated Disguised out of this second game.
Yeah, they had all the tools to be able to deal with what Disguised were throwing at them. And now I'm curious to see